What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Nova J. Back again. But this time we got a different type of video, you feel me? Got a little Call of Duty playing, you know what I'm saying? Then we got a little story time too. So we're gonna be talking about, my days as a youngin', sports and injuries, all type of good stuff. Alright, so boom. I'm in 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade. At this point I'm playing, a little football, basketball. But it's like my first year actually playing like a real sport. Cause normally I do little flag football. I hoop for like, little small teams. Nothing crazy. So my real first year, basically. And I didn't know what to expect. I was, really small. Like maybe 7th grade, I was maybe 5', 170 maybe. I was a big chunky little fella. So I never really had any problems with sports. I've always loved them, watched them all the time. So I'm like, no, let me go ahead and just play. So I'm playing. I do pretty good for my first time playing. And I was nervous as hell, but I did good enough. I wasn't out here trying to make, highlights or nothing. I was just trying to play. So I enjoyed it. So after that year, I ended up moving to a whole different city. And I was already a little shy, didn't like talk to people that much. So Edgar comes around. When I get there, they don't have a football team, so that was out the window. And then basketball season was starting soon, but I didn't know what to do or who to talk to, so I ended up not playing. Then that after that year, 9th grade, so I still liked football at the time, and I wanted to play, but then again, like I didn't know who to talk to about this type of stuff, so I just didn't say anything. And then when like a paper came home in the mail talking about tryouts and conditioning or whatever it was, I was too scared to go. I was really awkward and shy about everything regarding talking to new people. So as soon as that happened, I was like, I don't know if I want to play anymore. And everybody's like, go ahead, you should do it, you got this. Okay. The first day I was gonna walk up to the school. I didn't live too far from it, but I got like a really weird feeling, and it just didn't go. Like I walked to the school, but then turned around and went straight home and lied. I was like, I didn't see anybody there. And this continued for maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And then my uncle was like, oh, I'll drive you up there. I'm like, I got it, I'll walk. So I walk up there, and instead of just coming back or saying I don't want to play, I literally walked around the track for like an hour, just so I wouldn't have to like come home and explain why I came back so early. So after that, I took another break from sports for a short while. Well, from football, not sports in general. So basketball season comes around. I'm hyped. Like I do whatever for basketball. I'll talk to anybody because I genuinely believed I was really good, and I was pretty straight for a 9th grade. I was pretty straight, and I really only played 1 year of real basketball, so I thought I was a shit. So when basketball season started back up, I'm like, bet I'm on tryouts immediately. So at the time, my mom's boyfriend, he knew like the coach. And the coach saw I could hoop because I had first hour gym, and we would always hoop. He knew I was nice. We would talk about basketball. He would talk to me about how he thinks I'm good. So my mom boyfriend knew him. He was like, hey, tryouts come, watch out for him. I'm like, that's cool. I perform, I do what I gotta do. But then tryouts came where I was shook, because it's like my first time having to really try out and have comp, because at the middle school wasn't comp in 7th grade. Everybody was just either slow. I was kind of quick. I can handle the ball. I could shoot pretty decently, and I knew the fundamentals. Like I was never bad, but I had a different mindset going into this. Like I was actually kind of nervous, and that threw my whole game off. So tryouts come. We doing our little warm ups. We doing the running conditioning. I was straight because I was kind of conditioned for how chunky I was. And we get to the drills. The layup lines, the 1 dribble pull up, 2 dribble shot. Stuff like that. Knocking my shots down, doing what I gotta do right there. Then we do a little scrimmage. Oh man, this is where it goes bad. Uh, I'm hoping I'm playing defense as I do. I'm a lock, pure lock at that time because I was scared to do anything else with the ball. But it's a fast break, wide open run down the left side. I get the ball at the three. I come down, do a floater with my left and airball. It landed like right in front of me. So that threw me off. After that, I was so scared to touch the ball. I didn't even want to be there for real. And it was bad for me. So after that, I didn't show up again. My confidence was shot. Like when I say shot, I mean like just like that, shot like that. I didn't want to touch the ball for a minute. And everybody makes mistakes. So people around me was like, yeah, man, it is what it is. But other people was clowning me. But you're gonna get that when that happens. Like that was bad. Looking back, I don't know why I did that. I could have did a regular layup. But I was trying to be cool. Oh shit! I was trying to be cool. Left hand. Thought I was nice. So, after that, maybe a week or two, my people's like, hey, you should play this rec league. I'm like, why not? So I go. Oh man, I'm looking like Kyrie against some regular people. Like I was cooking my teammates. So the coach was like, hey, yeah, you nice, you can play. I'm like, bet. So I'm doing my thing in practice like I should, cooking up. They see the handles, they know I'm nice enough to hoop. But this is where it gets bad. I start to get nervous again because I think about what happened at tryouts, and the first game comes around. I'm like real nervous. So what I do is I don't shoot. Like I do a lot of passing, I play a lot of defense, but I'm scared to handle it and shoot because I don't know. I'm scared if it's gonna be part two of what happened at tryouts. So that happens for a couple games, and then in practice I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm still getting buckets. So that happens basically the whole season, the whole entire season. I maybe averaged like 5 a game. It was bad, but I know I could hoop. I know I was decent enough to go crazy. Especially with people we were playing. We were playing some scrubs. It was nobody crazy. The team was decent, but it was nothing crazy. So fast forward, 10th grade. I've always had some type of injury in my legs, but this put the cherry on top regarding injury. This is what started the domino effect of me getting hurt. So we're hooping at my friend's house. That's my boy. We've been cool for a minute, and he invites a couple people over there. We all hooping. Mind you, the rim is like 9 feet, so I'm dunking on the rim. It was this one play. I go up for a dunk. It was nobody in front of me, but I get pushed from the back, and this rim we're hooping on, it's like a regular outdoor rim. It's got the main pole with the rim connect to it, and it has 2 supporting poles, and then that all connects to the base, which you'll put like some water or some sand in. And I got pushed, and my right leg went in between one of those supporting beams, and I went forward. So it was really awkward. If I could put a picture of that pole and like a diagram of what happened, I'll put that on there, or I'll edit it in for y'all. But that was like, it was bad. At that time, the adrenaline, you don't think nothing of it. I felt a little pain. I was like, all right, I'm cool. And I had some compression pants on, so I couldn't see what was happening. But I get home like, dang, my leg is hurting. So I take the sleeve or the compression pants off, and I'm bleeding. And it's like a gash, not a gash, but like it was open like right there where I hurt myself at. So I'm like, yeah, can you take me get this looked at? I'm talking to my mom and asked that. Like, can you take me get this looked at? Make sure I'm okay, because it really hurt. So the next day or day after that, went to go get looked at. It was nothing major wrong. He said if it would have been any worse, I could have broke or fractured or whatever. But it felt off. Like it didn't feel like a normal injury. So while this is all going on, I'm like, what's happening? Like, why does my leg feel like this still? So the next day, after he told me that, I'm like, this is not right. Like something's wrong. Because when it healed up, it was a dent in my shin bone. So I'm just like, it just feels weird. And it always would hurt when I would run and jump and all of that. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm tripping. I gotta give some time to, heal properly. So I didn't hoop for like a couple months. Like I didn't really get physical with basketball or anything else for a couple months. Just let it heal. Some months go past after that, and this is maybe 11th grade. This might be like one of the worst things that happened in my leg. It's always basketball, but I love it so much I don't stop. I was hooping, came down bad. I think I landed straight, but it was like the shock. It was weird landing basically. And my knees, both of them, it was just like this aching pain for so long. But I tried to deal with it. I just dealt with it basically. Tried to make sure I was straight. I did all the stretches and all of that. I can move my legs, but it would always hurt when I did anything like basketball, jumping or running, anything. And then Corona happens, so I don't hoop for some months. And then when like all of my friends, not all of them, there were like 10 of us, we all go hoop at this gym we rented out. And literally the first game we played, I go up for a layup for game point, and I get pushed in the air. If I can find the clip, I'll throw it in because my friend was recording the whole thing. But yeah, I get pushed in the air, and the way I landed it was another awkward landing. But this time, I felt it immediately. Like it wasn't like a adrenaline kicked in, so I'm okay until I sit down. It was immediate. Like as soon as I landed, I felt it. So I knew it was over. I felt this all like behind my knee. I couldn't run right. I was limping while I was running, but I kept playing because I paid the money to get in there, so I'm like, I might as well thug it out. So after that, a week goes by. I'm like, hey mom, I need to go to get this looked at. I feel like I maybe torn something. Cause I thought I was looking up some things like why is this hurting? What could be the cause? I think I might have torn my meniscus because I couldn't extend my leg fully. I couldn't bend it all the way without feeling pain, and it was in the same spot a meniscus tear would be. So I go to the doctor, look at it. He's like, oh, you might have bruised something. He gives me some ice. So I'm like, okay, he knows, he knows what's best. So whole time I'm thinking he's right, but I don't think he was right about that one because the ice did okay for like first couple of days of me using it, but then it got to a point where I'm like, okay, this is not a bruise because I still feel this tension when I extend my leg. Like I don't know what's going on. So like all that time passed. This was maybe in like October, around that time, and right now it's December, about to be Christmas in a couple days. So I really think I torn my meniscus. It's wild. But sometimes doctors they misdiagnose things based on what you say. They might think it's something else. So I can't be mad at him because he was just trying to help at the end of the day. But ultimately it didn't help me because I still feel this pain. And then recently, this might be the last injury I've had to deal with. I was outside hooping, and I just feel like it's a recurring thing of me being outside hooping and leads to bad stuff happening. So, I'm just working out by myself, mind you. I'm working out, trying to better myself with the sport. And, I go for a layup. And it just happens to be a little slippery because, it was wet out. So I slide. And I feel something like a little shock like behind my Achilles area on my left foot. So I'm like, oh, probably just a little sprain, bro. When I tell you, I can't walk, I can't put pressure, I can't jump, I can't do anything physical without feeling it. It's not like a like it's not like a regular feeling. It's more like I'm getting cut in the back of my foot every time I take a step. So yeah, that basically sums up my injuries. I can go more in detail on each thing if y'all would like that. But that's gonna end it off. A little small story time for y'all, just so y'all can get to understand how I am. So if you like the story and you want more, comment down below. Let me know what y'all want to hear about. Any type of specific stories y'all want to know, let me know. Until next time, catch y'all later. Peace.